Zambian President Edgar Lungu says he plans to tackle the effects of climate change in his country as the nation looks toward its presidential election in 2021. VOA's Peter Clotty sat down with the president in New York.
So far, are you impressed with the responses you've gotten as a result of the meetings you've had about climate change and what the UN particularly is focusing on to address some of the challenges?
Yes. And I think all these meetings that we attend, be it in the UN, the African Union, or in the region under SADC, ECOWAS, East Africa, or wherever, the panacea to our problem does not lie in interrogating these problems by way of having meetings, but it lies in implementing the resolutions that you have come across. And I think this is the biggest challenge that we have, because when we talk to each other, it was very clear that if you want to industrialize, I think you need energy. And what form of energy do you need? And we have realized that hydro energy is trickery. It's treacherous, if I may use the word. 1 minute you have lots of water, the next minute you have no water, your production of power goes down, like Zambia. And so you need to have a good mix of the various forms of energy. But how many of us didn't know way back that we need a lot of energy to industrialize? But I'm glad that this is a wake-up call. And going into the future, obviously, we have said, yes, you need all forms of energy. But that's why I kept it by saying we need to have a good mix of energy, but only the private sector can invest to that magnitude that we expect to be able to have enough to develop. But the private sector will not invest if the tariffs, for example, that you are charging are not cost-reflective and profitable for them. Over the years, Zambia, the economy has been growing, industry has been growing, population has grown, households, and the demand for electricity has exceeded the expectation of the power utility company. And so when you have this huge demand coupled with the negative effects of climate change, the power plummets from, say, 100% production to 20%. How do you meet the demand? And I think the solution lies in implementing whatever you've agreed upon. No matter how unpalatable, you have to bite the bullet. Sometimes these decisions come at a time when you have an election coming, like in Zambia. 2 years from now, we have an election, less than 2 years, in fact. But we have to bite the bullet. And we have to explain to the people that we are going to take these measures, not because we enjoy your suffering, but we are taking these measures because we want to keep you alive, want to keep the wheels of the economy turning, and want to go beyond 2021 with hope that the country is getting better. But who can make those decisions? Very few people. I do make those decisions, and I'm proud that we normally want to engage the people, stakeholders, and explain to them why certain measures are taken. And I think that's where we're losing it. Because by the time you come to realize that you need to implement these measures, you've been swept off your feet. You're either no longer in power, or you're a new man in office, and you're trying to, excuse me, I want to find my feet, and so on. So we should be sincere in our decision-making and implementation.
That was VOA's Peter Clotty speaking with Zambian President Edgar Lungu in New York.